coming to you live from Portland, Oregon and OSCON. I'm here with Jerome Petazzoni. Jerome, how are you?
Great, thanks.
So you're a Docker and have been there for a little while. How long have you been there?
I've been there for like 4.5 years, which is pretty fun because Docker has been around for just 2 years, but I was with .cloud, which is the kind of a prequel from Docker, so to speak, and I've been with them almost from the beginning.
How did you even hear about .cloud or the Docker to know about it?
Right, so a long time ago, maybe something like 2006, I think, I used to be a soldier of fortune working for the same company as Solomon Hayes, one of the founders of .cloud, and eventually after working together there, we remained in touch, and someday he told me, hey Jerome, I would like you to look at this cool open source project that I'm doing. It's called .cloud and it's to make deployment of stuff easier and everything. And I was running my own small hosting company in France back then, and I was like, well, this sounds really cool, let's have a look. And long story short, we ended up kind of having this kind of mutually favorable agreement where I would have like the .cloud people using some of the servers that we were having, and I would be looking at this technology and trying to use it to deploy stuff for my customers. And eventually, years later, when .cloud relocated to California and raised some money and had to hire a team, I got this phone call from Solomon and say, okay Jerome, I'm gathering a team in California. What would you think about working in California? And I think this was in the summer 2010, and 6 months later I was in a big jet across the Atlantic Sea on my way to San Francisco.
Very cool. So what do you do now at Docker?
What do I do now? Well, my business card says Tinker Extraordinaire, which doesn't mean much, but reflects the fact that I've been doing many different things. I always try to stick to the startup idea where you try to do to solve the problems that are the most painful for everybody. So in the beginning, it has been like with writing our documentation, helping with support, helping with the deployment process, like all those things. And then when we did the pivot to Docker, it was like, okay, we need someone to talk about Docker and have the hat of hello ops and sysadmin people, I know how this works, and I know you're kind of skeptical about Docker, but I'm one of you and I will explain to you what I think about Docker. And that's what I've been doing in the beginning. And little by little I've been dragging to more of a kind of let's say an evangelist role, which kind of fits me more or less, but I still want to remain as much hands-on as possible. I still want to write code and run stuff. So that's why currently the big things I work on are workshops and tutorials to show to people, hey, this is how you build app and run them at scale with Docker. And so yeah, that's some of the things that get me the most busy those days.
Cool. And then just to conclude with, what are you seeing or what are you most excited about for Docker going forward in the next year?
I think that the most exciting things are what's happening around orchestration and scaling around containers, because I think we really nailed down the developer experience. When you use something like Compose today, you get this absolutely amazing workflow where you just git clone a repo, Docker Compose up, and you have like 2, 3, 5, 10 containers depending on how complex your application is that are automatically started. And now we want to achieve the same thing, but when you are deploying that to production. So we want to have a kind of workflow where you say, okay, now take those containers, deploy them to some cloud, public or private, or some physical machines, and scale those containers across those machines and get everything connected together and load balanced and service discovered properly. And that's really what kind of gets me really excited those days about Docker and containers.
Awesome. Jerome Petazzoni, thanks so much.
Thank you.